So on my daily workshop, we often start with just creating some relationships like that to get some body awareness. If we're spending a lot of our time either at the computer or doing things with our head, it's very difficult to, unless you're doing body work or Tai Chi or yoga regularly, what does your body want to say? And when you work with constellations, typically, you're working with a few things. Within a family system, you're working with who came first in the order. What blood came first? You're working with the facts. You're working with your intuition. And you're working with your body response. And wonderfully, none of those things are more important than the other. Because we all like, when we get our intuition, we go, oh, it's all happening with the intuition. But actually, some really great things in there as well. The body information, the facts. So when a story comes that might pop, a bit of intuition around something, we just hold it lightly. We don't make that the hero, even though it's really, really helpful. We really like it. We don't exalt one more than the other. Because we're all here and we've got so many doors home to our being and our authentic self. So what these things are felts. And typically, a square is a male, and the female is round. But that's just how we use them. It doesn't do anything, say anything more special than that. And these little cutting out points, they are just where it's facing, where that felt is facing. So for example, if we were to do a soundbite, when we do our constellation work on the weekend, we will do 2 or 3 constellations, but one particular one, you pick one for yourself, I'm a woman. I pick one for my mum. Yeah, she's looking like she might be this colour. And then I pick one for my dad. My dad's definitely on the blue. So I'd have the 3 felts, and I would place them in the room, and I would, firstly I'd place myself, and I'd walk around and see where my body wanted them. And then I'd place it down on the ground, and I'd get my mum or my dad, whoever was significant for you first. Yeah? And you just walk around and wait till you go, I think I'm here. Come on. And then you get your 3rd felt. And you can constellate anything. You can put you and the issue. Later, hopefully, I don't know if we've got time, but I'd love to, one of the other things I do, you just put you and your purpose down. And so when you stand on them, you just tune in. So that's why it's very important to get into our body first, so we know what our body's talking about, just going from a cerebral place to here. So when you might, firstly you just stand on yourself and you go, what's happening now? Actually, I'm standing on my mum. No, that's me. And you find out what's going on with you, and then you notice yourself in relation to the other felts, and you get this body information, and a facilitator might ask you some questions, yeah? And then you move around to the different felts, it's like standing in their shoes. Sometimes the felts will move as you start to work, and you start to notice that person more, so the felt will turn around. And in the weekend, or the workshop we do, is that I guide you through the different positions. And you go to your mother, your father, in whatever order, going back to yourself, then you go back to them. And you shed loads of work. You clear so much work. And then I invite you to do some power statements, which might look like, you came first, you gave me life. To one of your parents. Just simply, you gave me life. That is such a powerful statement in this field. Then we go into an exercise where we do a love letter. We write a love letter from one of our parents to ourselves. And it's so beautiful, and the way we share that love letter is very exquisitely held. And we've had feedback from people that exercise alone is just as powerful as doing your own constellation. It is so strong. Then we do an amazing exercise. I have to say this is turning into one of the highlights, where we need a big room. Because we walk back through our bloodline, all the way through evolution, back to the sun in our local solar system. So we start, if that's the sun's over there, we start and we turn round and we face our past and we walk back generationally. We take some big steps, obviously, at some point, because you won't be able to get there. But the profound thing is there, once you get to the sun, is that you just fill up on the essence of life, just fundamentally, elementally. And then you turn around and you walk back through your future, flooding your future with sun. It's stunning. Usually in the circle after that, people can't speak. It becomes a non-verbal circle. It is a very strong piece. The other things we do is we get a canvas of, which Julian saw in my promotion, and we outline you, we draw you on an outline. And then we get to fill in a bliss list or a wish list that's a little bit 3D, like your life is a canvas. It's so strong. From that bliss list, we create a song, something that will be your mantra. And this is something I used to do years ago, and I was in a workshop that I was participating on last year, and this guy says, I still sing that song. 15 years ago, he's still singing it. But it really rocked for him, the mantra for him. So we create a song for you out of your bliss list. And we do what whales do. When a sick whale is sick, they put the whale in the middle and they sing them up. And what happens when you're sung up is that two things. It's really good in the middle to sing along, and it's really good just to receive. Just to receive it. And we record this and we email it to you. It's so fabulous. I didn't have that 10 years ago. But it's on my phone now and I can just record it. But the people also find when they're singing the person up, it's an act of generosity. I say to them, was it easier singing for others? And everyone says, yeah. So I say, so is it an act of service to do that? Yeah. So would it be an act of service to be creative? Oh, yeah. So, taking that a little bit further, so being a victim, is that sort of selfish? Oh. And a little indulgent. Now obviously we've gone through a big, deep workshop that day to hold you in that field. Yeah? So we've got to that one after a great day of resource and creativity and constellating and working with this deep work. We do a thing where we plant our purpose and we constellate that. We find out, if we don't know what our purpose is, we find out at least what it feels like and what it wants to do. And then we do this thing where we plant it and we feed our future. And then this is on the other side of our piece of art of our lives, and we actually lay down and really absorb the richness of that. So that's on the 12th of July. So thank you very much. Thank you for joining the JOYFLOW. That's in Birmingham. Yeah, that's one. These guys are doing it. Yeah. So I don't even know where it is yet. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really, thank you. Of the deep. The day will be actually a really big journey into the deep. But actually, out of that sort of mud, the lotus flower comes up, and our creativity blossoms.